Hey guys, it's Sincerely Maya here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about scholarships and college applications and just kind of like the one-on-one. I'm making this video more so towards my younger audience members. I know I'm only a freshman in college, but I feel as though I know enough to try to direct some people who may not have, that guidance, or someone in their life who's steering them in the right direction when it comes to stuff like this. It's really important, especially when you realize like college is expensive and you have to figure out how you're gonna pay for it. And if you don't want to take out loans, you have to figure out how it's a lot of components that go into that. And I'm here to share what I know. Okay, so first things first, I want to talk about scholarships. A scholarship is basically free money. Who doesn't like free money? Like, come on. Scholarships, most of the time, if not all the time, you have to, submit an application. With the application comes test scores, transcript, letters of recommendation, essays, things of that nature. I wanted to give you guys a couple websites that you can use to help find scholarships, and that includes scholarships.com. I use Scholarship Owl and Niche. And also Scholly. Scholly's a really good one because you fill out a profile and it will match you with scholarships that fit your needs. FastWeb and RaiseMe. RaiseMe is, I want to say, it's more so for high school students because you put in what type of classes you've taken like throughout the years and what grade you've got in that class. And depending on the university, they'll actually give you money. I'm more so a Scholly type person. None of these are like sponsored, by the way. This is just my own research that I'm sharing with you guys. Another thing I want to point out is the importance of the FAFSA. The FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Basically, a lot of colleges and scholarships will not give you any financial aid if you do not fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA opens up October 1st every year. I know for Howard, for us, if we don't fill out the FAFSA by November 1st, they can take away our scholarships. So it's really important, like if you're currently a college student, to make sure that you're always filling out the FAFSA in a timely manner. And if you're about to go to college, make sure you fill it out and get your parents' tax information. What the FAFSA does, it will calculate the EFC, estimated family contribution. The lower that number is, the more money you can get. So if you're at 0, you can possibly max out and get something called the Pell Grant. And that opens up a lot of doors for full rides. I know the Gates Scholarship, you have to be Pell Grant eligible to apply for that. So, take that seriously and fill it out to the best of your abilities. And if you don't get any money from the FAFSA, don't take it too hard. But you just have to realize, not everything is for everybody, and what's meant for you is going to happen for you. And you'll just have to find different routes to get to where you need to go. Another tip for searching for scholarships is using your disadvantages to your advantages. Let's say you have a medical condition, or you were in a car accident, or somebody has like passed away in the service. Those sound pretty morbid, but surprisingly there are a lot of scholarships out there that are willing to help students out who need help. You just have to really sit down and take the time to look. If you're a minority, you're already gonna find some scholarships. If you wanna go into STEM, it's a bunch of STEM scholarships. There's art scholarships, which will probably have you, be more creative in your application. Oh, restaurants. Restaurants have scholarships too, like, what is it, Coca-Cola? That's not a restaurant, but I wanna throw that one in there. McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King. Listen, I'm telling y'all, if y'all just sit down and just Google scholarships and whatever, you're gonna find something. I want you guys to find free money. Like, who doesn't like free money? Also, pay attention to your guidance counselors. My guidance counselor was thebomb.com. He was in the room every day with new scholarships. If your guidance counselor is talking to you guys about scholarships or FAFSA or whatever, you really need to pay attention to that, because that could possibly give you a scholarship that may not be available to somebody else. A lot of scholarships I received, it was because of my guidance counselor. Like, he knew connections within the city, so he was able to take those applications and bring them to us. We were able to fill them out and things like that. Not everybody's gonna have that same opportunity. If you don't have an active guidance counselor, I'm sorry. This is why I'm here to, tell you guys how you can, compensate for that, so we can, get to the finish line. Now I want to talk about college application. Hold on, what was that app called? Hold on. It's the application that everybody uses. Common App. The Common App. Okay. A lot of colleges are going to have you apply through the Common App. The Common App makes everything easier in my opinion because you fill out all your like demographic information once. You just add, the colleges that you're interested in applying to. It'll tell you like if you need additional information, whether or not you need more recommendation letters, if you need specific essays, test scores, and things like that. Make sure you take your time filling that out and take your time writing your essay. That's a big thing when it comes to like scholarships and college applications is your essay. You want to make sure that you spell check and proofread your essay, because if you're making small grammatical mistakes, they're trying to look for students who are serious and working hard, trying to show that they're willing to go to this university or receive this scholarship. And if you're making small mistakes that are easily preventable, that's a turnoff for them. When writing your essays, you also want to make sure that you follow the prompts and don't try to write your own essay and thinking, oh, I don't like any of these prompts, I'm just gonna use this essay from blah 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 blah. No, follow the prompt because that shows you're following directions. You see, it's all up here. Make sure everything flows in like a chronological order. You don't want to have your essay being too choppy or it's kind of hard to follow. You have your introduction, your few body paragraphs, and your conclusion. Just keep it simple. You don't have to do anything extra. Or if you don't want to follow the generic essay prompt format, chop it up. I chopped my essay up and made it kind of different, but it still flowed like easily. You don't want to make it too complex to where the reader is trying to decipher what you're talking about, and then you're talking about this and it doesn't relate to the prompt and it's just too much work. Just keep it simple, but still be creative. That leads me to my next thing, is make your essay as unique and as authentic as possible. When writing your essay, it's important to put it in perspective of the reader, because you have to think. They've been reading so many like applications and essays. You want to make sure that you stand out in like the best way possible. If the prompt is, give us a life-defining moment, tell us like how this like shaped your character, take that and don't do anything basic like, oh, I made varsity as a freshman, I was in a car accident. No, like try to think of something that no one's really gonna think about. I saw my mom save a life. Like literally, she was in the street saving a life, and I was like 12. Things like that you don't really hear about. So try to keep it as original, authentic, and unique as possible. I promise you it will pay off. People love reading interesting stories. Nobody wants to read a basic, boring story. Also, fee waivers. If you're having like struggles financially to pay for your college applications, if you've taken the ACT or the SAT and you like check the little box that said share my information with other colleges, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be getting emails from colleges offering to waive their application fee. Take advantage of those because college applications are expensive. If you have a lot of colleges that you want to apply for, those fees are going to add up, and you can use that money towards other expenses during senior year, because senior year is expensive. Also, make sure you research what sort of like requirements are needed for admission at said colleges. Test scores, whether or not if you've taken the ACT and you've gotten like a 20 and the college requires like a 23 or something, do some research so you can set yourself up for success. I also want to point out that just because your score may not be in what's posted on the website, that doesn't like count you out of the game. I've talked to several guidance counselors at colleges, and they said that they've taken people who are like below the median and above the median. Give yourself a chance. Don't count yourself out. Most of the times they want to look at the student as a whole, so they're not just gonna base your admission off your test scores. They're gonna look at your GPA and what classes you've taken in your essay, for example. And if you've had like any like life-changing moments that have affected you academically, make that known in your application because they will take those things into consideration. Moving on, I want to talk about a couple of things to look for when searching for a college. Definitely look at costs. Cost is probably the most important one. If you're coming out of pocket for school, 9 times out of 10 you might have to take out loans, which is okay, but you don't really want to take out too many loans because that's going to accumulate over the years. And then loans have interest. Honestly, the topic of loans is a different conversation. The less loans you take out, the better, in my opinion. And even if you do have to take out some loans, try to find scholarships or grants. Grants are like, it's another way to get free money. They can alleviate some of the stress that you'll face trying to pay for college. Oh, I forgot to mention, look for scholarships within the college. So definitely take that into consideration. If you're applying for like a specific school, be on the lookout for emails and newsletters that may point out how certain colleges offer scholarships. But back to costs, just do a lot of research and a lot of planning. Try to figure out what's going to be best for you. And even if you do have to come out of pocket or take out loans, think about the career like down the road that you're trying to pursue. You're going to be like a cardiothoracic surgeon. You're going to be able to pay off your loans. So just keep that in mind. If it's your dream school and you want to be there, make it happen. Like, that's my best advice. But if you're willing to put in the work and the dedication to get to where you need to get to, then it's gonna be worth it. I guarantee you. Next, I want to talk about location. If you know that you are like super family oriented, or you don't do well far away from home for long periods of time, it may not be best to go as far away. Because if something happens, it's gonna take your family or whoever a long time to get out there to get to you. And also, if you don't wanna stay too close, like if you feel like you need a break from your family, or you feel like the city that you're in is not, you can't grow there as a person, then you might wanna get away. And I feel like it's a stigma that you have to go as far away for college as possible, and that's not true. You can go right up the street and have the best time of your life. Figure out like if you're willing to go that far for your education, or if you're better off just staying kind of close, and you can still get away from home even if you're just a couple hours away, like 3-4 hours. And I will say that it's okay to go out on a limb. If you going away from home kind of scares you, it's okay to be scared, because you have to think, you're scared, it's thousands of other freshmen who are probably scared too. So you all are in the same boat and you're gonna go through the same things together. Keep that in mind, and don't limit yourself. Don't let external people or whoever try to influence your college decision, because that is completely up to you. You're the one who's gonna have to live with it. So it's really all up to you. Don't let anybody try to change your mind or guilt trip you or make you feel bad, because it's your life. I think some people forget that. Like, oh, I'm trying to do this for so-and-so, I'm trying to do this for so-and-so. No, you have to do it for you. The college is gonna be the biggest experience where you're gonna find, you're gonna find out who you are, basically. And if you rob yourself of finding yourself in a space where you wanna be, you're gonna be in college, just bitter and angry because you're somewhere where you feel like you don't belong. Do everything for you, okay? I don't mean to say that in like a selfish way or anything, but I hope you all are getting what I'm saying. Do it for you. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is making sure that you pick a college that's going to set you up for success and your said career, because you don't want to go to a college and not get the best education you can in the field you want to study. If you want to be a teacher, try to look up schools that are known for their teaching programs. If you want to be a doctor, look at schools that are going to prep you for medical school in the best way possible. Same goes for art or engineering or anything. Just make sure that you know what you're going to sign up for. Make sure that that's going to be the right pick for you for your field, because when you graduate, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to, get a job and get placed in the field that you've studied for 4 or more years for. So take that into consideration. And lastly, I just want to say that college isn't for anybody. I know it's a lot of stigma in today's society that if you don't go to school, you're a loser, you're a bum, and you're not going to do anything with yourself. And that's completely not true. It's a shame that people try to force that upon children and students. There are plenty of other options to choose from. If you don't want to pursue college, you can always join the service, join the military, Army, Air Force, anything. If you serve, you're gonna get a lot of benefits. Like if you actually do decide to go to school after you serve, they're gonna pay for that. You're gonna get, financial compensation. So the service is always an option. You don't even have to be like on the front line. You can be a nurse, you can be a technician, you can be a pilot. so many fields. You can also decide to go to a trade school. You go to cosmetology school. You can be a technician somewhere, be a policeman or a firefighter, things like that. You can even take a gap year and try to, find yourself. But with gap years, be careful. Like, if you know you want to go back to school but you don't know what to do, that's fine, but be careful because you don't want to take a gap year and then not have the drive to go back to school. You can also create your own business, be an entrepreneur. We've seen a lot of success stories throughout the times when people have done that. So just keep an open mind. Don't feel bad if you don't want to go to college just yet, because college isn't for everybody, and college is a lot. It takes a toll on you and it really changes you. So if you feel like you're not prepared to, go through that process, take some time and, try to figure out what exactly you want to do. And that's perfectly okay. So there we have it. I hope you guys were able to, learn something from my video today. I really wanted to try to guide whoever's watching this, in the right direction, to success. There's a lot of things I didn't do my senior year that I wish I did, and so I'm here trying to tell you guys to do them so you guys can be great. Apply for as many scholarships as you can. Like, even if it's just for $100, $500, $2,000, it doesn't matter, because all those dollars add up. Take your college applications seriously. Do some research when deciding on what college you want to go to. Always, try to go out and visit so you can get an actual feel for the environment. Just do what's best for you. If college isn't for you, as I've said before, that's okay. You're gonna figure out what is for you. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll leave the links to the scholarship websites I mentioned in the description box, and I'll leave the FAFSA link down there too. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.